Yo, what up folks, MTG here with Black White Rally. Have a look at the deck here. So the deck is focused around the card Rally the Ancestors. Sort of doesn't play in standard, but X white white, return each creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. X those creatures to the beginning of your next upkeep. Exile Rally the Ancestors. The idea is to either kill your opponent with the creature's abilities on their upkeep, or generate a bunch of advantage. Now, along with Rally, we also have Agadeem's Awakening, which we're running a few copies of, which is just return from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of target creatures that each have a different mana value X or less. Kind of adds another effect like that. And then, outside of that, we're playing like an Aristocrat-style shell. So creatures that replace themselves, Garrison's Cat, Hunted Witness, Stitch Supply to enable you to put cards into the graveyard to bring back with Rally itself. And then we've got our Drain effect. So Zilliput Cutthroat. Whenever it or another creature controlled dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Cross Cerebrant. Whenever Cross Cerebrant or another creature or planeswalker you control dies, each opponent loses one life and gain a life. And then we also have a couple of copies of Elas Il-Kor, Sadistic Pilgrim, Death Touch, and then whenever another creature enters the battlefield you control, you gain a life. Have another spell on things. But then whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses one life. Elas is a little bit worse. These two trigger off themselves. It doesn't, but fair enough. And then we have Priest of Forgotten Gods, kind of enabling some of your sacrifice stuff, and also just a really nice way of interacting versus certain creature decks in the format. Set 2 creatures, target player loses 2 life, sacrifice the creatures, and then you get to add black and draw a card. Kind of nuke your opponent's board, and then also generate some mana, draw a card. Can give you the mana to Rally or Agadeem's Awakening, is some advantage. You get to trigger creatures, and then kind of drain your opponent out alongside these sacrifice effects, well, these dies effects. And then as our primary sacrifice outlet, we've got Woe Strider, ETB, make a goat creature, sacrifice another creature, scry 1, and then it has Escape. So the deck does actually grind very, very well. It's fairly linear strategy-wise, like you don't have a great beatdown plan, but what you're doing is pretty strong, though vulnerable to things like Rest in Peace, which we'll get to in the sideboard. The last thing I want to talk about was Fiend Artisan. There's another addition here. Lets you turn your 1-drops here, which you all kind of want to die, into your more interactive pieces, whether that be tutoring for a drain effect, or tutoring from Woe Strider itself. Super, super powerful. As well as can prevent you with a decent threat to hit your opponent with. And like a must-answer thing for them. So I thought, hey, I'm trying 4 at the moment. We'll see how that goes if this number changes. I've been playing that quite a bit, and liking it. Mana base, fairly straightforward. 4 Godless Shrine, 4 Concealed Courtyard, 4 Caves of Courtyard, 4 Bright Climb Pathway, a single Swamp, and then a couple of copies of Shattered Sanctum. Now, looking at the sideboard, this deck has a couple of different weaknesses. And so we need a couple of answers to problematic creatures and things like Rest in Peace. So I'm currently trying a mix of Fateful Absence and Fracture. As there are some creatures you want to, like, I can't win with this in the play, it slows us down too much, and also Fracture just as a straight up answer to Rest in Peace, or like Hearse, and can pick off problematic planeswalkers as well. I'm kind of working out which numbers of these I want. Then we have Thoughtseize. So that's the other side of that, is that you can just take the Rest in Peace, take their interaction cards against you, which is very, very strong. Wedding Announcement versus those kind of more mid-range or controlling decks where you just need a backup game plan. Does make your board like reasonably sizable, but then also gives you advantage over a number of turns. And then for Graveyard Hate, I opted to just lay the line over the void 4 copies. And yeah, fairly straightforward. And there are different bits and pieces to trim. So of your like drain effects, Elas is the worst one. Obviously, it's also legendary, so you often find yourself like trimming one of these. There are some decks where post board your graveyard game plan isn't as good, and so Stitches Supply is a lot worse. And then when you're not when you're gonna struggle to keep creatures in play, Fiend Artisan, you can also cut copies of. Those are the kind of main things you want to board out. Against non-creature decks, you can also look at cutting copies of Priest, but you do probably still want to leave a couple in there just to enable you to have another sacrifice outlet. But speaking of sideboarding, let's get into some ranked matches. Alright, first match. And as we jump into ranked matches as well, hey, if you're if for the first time, if you're new around here, I try and cover as many Explorer decks as possible. Please do hit that subscribe button if you're interested in Explorer stuff. Occasionally I play other formats as well, whether that be Pioneer, Modern in Paper, or other arena formats. But yeah, pretty hyped with Phyrexia coming out very soon. We'll be doing my like top 10 or kind of set review for Explorer in a week or two when the full set's out. This looks very, very solid. We've got our like kind of nice curve of creatures. We don't have the Priest offers you a sacrifice effect, but it's not as good as Woe Strider, just in terms of just being able to sacrifice multiple things. But see what we hit off of Supplier here. Okay, fairly strong. Like if we can, we'll hold on to Titanium's Awakening, but we can't be super attached to it. Because we do obviously need to hit like 3 lands. As it is here, they let Elvish Mystic is probably just mono green. Like not from this start, like it could still be something slightly different, whether that be red green aggro or like elves. But we'll get the priest out as fast as possible. Trying and track what they're doing, and we'll see what we draw next turn and have a think about whether we want to start activating this. They may know elves, so they've so far had a quite. Oh, if they've got a Haven here, no. Okay, they've got a Paradise Druid. This is them 5 mana, which potentially has 6 for Storm Festival next turn. If we have 5, they can still make Cavalier. But we're gonna do our best to hit at least one of their lands. Let's go in with the supplier first. I think I'm gonna make Celebrant. Let's see what we draw here. Sacrifice a couple creatures to the priest. Triggers. Ooh, some pretty good cards in our graveyard, to be honest. Sorry, my voice is a bit shot. Then the priest gives us a couple of mana here. Ooh, excellent. Let's just use everything. So if we have, we have a priest. We don't have a sacrifice like a straight up sacrifice outlet. We can maybe get a couple of priest activations going. We'll like to bring back some pretty tasty stuff off the Academy's Awakening next turn. Ooh, the Voracious Hydra is really nice for them because that's them fight. You see the Overgrown team here? You see some kind of straight up versions. So now we're lacking the priest, but do you have a rally? I think we've got a bit of time, and so I'm going to play this Cross Celebrant out now and look to rally on my next turn and kill them on my upkeep. But we still don't have a full sacrifice outlet. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of sacrifices. With 1, 2. Yeah, I'd like to get another Sacrifice to play. I'm going to play this out. There you go. I've got 1, 2. Yeah, 3, 4, and then that should be done. There's a Cavalier here. Fair enough. They've stumbled a little bit. Like, our one piece of interaction with the priest activation has been okay. Fine to take this. The chin. So I can't actually play this. I need to be a little careful here. We're gonna say go. I've set stuff my upkeep because I don't exactly trust this. Also, which one's the trigger? They're going Khan. What are they gonna grab off a Khan here? Alright, Untamed Forest means they've got no Nykthos, that's okay. Bullfiller Haven. Sure. Is Khan gonna go get a... We can only see what they fetch off the Khan. And then when they cast it, respond to like a Tormod script. What are they gonna go for? Oh, they went for Paul. Alright, let's hope I haven't messed this up. I'm going to do the right maths. Right. Activate priest. Let's sacrifice these two. And then we'll respond as well. We'll sacrifice the priest, get the other two. He's gone. And that should do it. And there you go. Alright, game 2. So versus mono green. I'm a little worried about his enchantments, just with the card package, they could do some problematic things. I want to bring these fractures in. Other than that, the things I'm tempted by are Thoughtseize. Wedding Announcement's a bit too slow. They don't have any direct creatures that we need to interact with Fateful Absence, I don't think. So I'm kind of looking at bringing these cards in. Though I'm not like 100% committed on the Thoughtseize. Fiend Artisan is a little slow here. Trying to think where else we want to trim a bit. The graveyard stuff does get worse just because I can tutor for Tormod's Crypt pretty easily. Yeah. I'm gonna do. There's a little bit more interaction for the more powerful draws. It plays out. The nice thing is that like this deck's very linear and doesn't really care about most of the things the green deck does. The real issue is like the calm package stuff. We've not really had any sideboard cards, but this is fairly solid overall. Drain them out with Voice Rider. They have mulligans. Back. Have the Alchemist start. Fair enough. I did have a game earlier actually where I bought it in Fateful Absence and ended up against, I think it was Red Black. It was Sheoldred. And ended up Fateful Absencing my creature to kind of win the game, which was pretty fun. Alright, multiple elf start again here. I always think, like, is there a Shrivel in the format? I don't. Not for 2 mana in black, I don't think. Get out of hand. We're just gonna Celebrant first and then attack, just in case they want to try and trade us up. But they're leading into either Nissa or Cavalier here. Which also willingness for attacking, but isn't too bad. There is a Cavalier. Voice Rider plays an important part in this deck, not just as a sacrifice outlet, but also it lets you kind of dig towards your other important cards. I don't work out if I want to play this now or I want to go Celebrant Garrison Cat, cast it later. As all of a sudden, we're looking at quite a lot of triggers. I kind of like going Celebrant Garrison Cat. Attack with a cat. I don't think the green deck is a very good way to punish us for going wide like this and just holding on to this. So I'm going to start chipping away at the life total. The nice thing about our hand is that we have a few lands to make, if we draw like Aghanim's Awakening, it'll be very live. I wonder if they grab something different this time. They cheated for the Phyrexian. I can't remember. The sacrifice 3 creatures reanimator thing on your upkeep. Artifacts before, and you're fairly immune to that. Just because you have so many like shield creatures like this. Ooh, Ratchet Bomb is a troublesome one. That's one stuck around in some cards sideboards, but isn't always like up top. Right, I'm gonna immediately take it up. The danger with this is that they have Cure in the deck and you can untap it. We see that. I'm trying to work out if I want to play into it or not, because this trigger. Don't want to sack it on 2, right? 17, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think you should cast. Now they have some decisions to make. And we could also use this to scry towards Rally, or Aghanim's Awakening. Would sort of like to attack Khan. I don't mind going 1, 2, 3 actually. That maybe makes them want to take this up to 3. I wonder. They block what? No, I don't think it's worth throwing it away. Is this way they at least have to nuke the Khan if they want to shoot something off of it. We attack with 1 more. We lose out to that. Also takes the pressure off of them to keep this Ratchet Bomb. Ticking. But I mean, it means I don't have to sack it on too. Okay. Just that was this guy. But so you have quite a lot of mana still. Oh, have they got a Cure? Oh, okay. Troll, and then they can activate Nykthos, get 9 mana, which doesn't quite let them flashback on the festival, fortunately. Unless they down take 2 for a lap. Could happen. I'm a little worried what they find here. Oh, they have 9 mana, so they might just be tempted to tutor for the 9 mana artifact again. Why can't I... Portal, that's what it is. I mean... It's not the end of the world, is it? Excuse me, sorry. Alright, so they've ratcheted them up to 2. Hmm. You know, play the priest out to get the extra scry? If we're looking for rally anyway, what are they gonna animate? That's a good point. Nothing interesting. They're gonna get a cat. They're not. Yeah, you can get your own stuff. Scavalier, they will be able to storm the festival this time. They have that ratchet bomb floating around. Let's get some scrying on. Fingers crossed we see it off at this side, and then we can let the other two just die to the bomb, so we get both triggers. Aghanim's Awakening. They go to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. They go to 3. Then we bring back Soul Celebrant plus. Yeah, that looks good. They have a way to gain a life. There's Khan. Oh, they can go and get the sword. They cheat if they want to. Currently living in Soul, so they haven't got more mana. Currently. No whammy. Cavalier hits Nykthos. They can activate for like 20. Oh dear. Oh, 17. Still a lot. They can go Festival again. They've still not got anything off this card. I wonder.
Don't mind if I take my octopus for a walk?
Fine.
Nature flows with vigor.
So happy Walking Bliss. Every now and again, I'm like, oh, I figure. Oh, I'm so sad Walking Bliss isn't the format. And then I remember, no, I'm not. Not sad. Are we just dead? Could be, could be. If we get to untap, we get to win the game. Unless they just get like Tormod scripts with 24 mana. That's pretty great. Actually, doesn't matter. Interesting. The answer is that it doesn't. Really. Yeah, they could have just tutored for a way to gain life. One. Oh, don't misclick. Alright, we do get him. Nice! Nice, nice, nice. Well, that's mono green, which I think is probably one of the better matchups for Rally, just because they don't have good ways to interact with you a lot of the time. I was afraid of the Ratchet Bomb, but we got there. Alright, I'll see you in game 2. See you match 2. Alright, match 2, match 2. Should have time to play 3 matches out. I think we're about 20 minutes in so far. Somewhere around there. Get to be on the play. Tricky. Aghanim's Awakening, at least in the early turns, is like an extra land. Like if we go draw like land from here, we're probably he's not doing much by himself. I think we kind of have to mulligan, even though this is like on the right side of the draws. This is nice. Yeah. Well, we got no 1-drop. It's a little sad, but have some impressive 2s, 3s, and a rally. Lead off, we've got the shrine, and hey, we just want to draw with our land, basically. Alright. Mono white humans. Lands this way. Might be a bit of a test. Dauntless Bodyguard, from somebody who's as somebody who's played a bunch of the humans deck, Dauntless Bodyguard is actually just one of the most annoying cards. Just because it just always wants the whole priority. On both ends. As the humans play, you're like, no, obviously I don't want to sacrifice it. Please, stop asking. Okay, Thalia is not the worst. Maybe draw like a... We can make the Woe Strider, but we can't really play anything off of the sacrifice. We can threaten it, and then we've got Elastil Core next turn, and then maybe we draw one of our 1-drops or 2-drop creature to attack. Obviously, we'd rather have the Woe Strider stick around and play. If need, but we can. But we need yet. We'll see. This has the potential to be a bit of a tricky one. A Brutal Cathar. What would you guys say target? Target the priest. I think we need to lose if we just go up our board to trade for the Dauntless Bodyguard. So that's okay. No. Good afford. So we have a rally it's slow to use. I'll say the one thing with our sideboard at the moment is a little weak tag. And you have some like inherent like, oh, you should be okay because you have like all these 1-drops that just make creatures you can just set up to block with. But like this draw didn't have any, obviously. We'll see how things later on. What does this look like? We can't attack with a brew. We can now at least threaten some block. Bodyguard. I don't mind if they're not exerting a ton of pressure. Then I'll say defeat is that if you're not Azan, you can set the token to go to Europe. Either another Woe Strider or something important. But we'll see. We'll see. Could have ventured an attack with the Woe Strider there actually. Ugh, no, not like this. Okay, please. That one I'd rather have it. I didn't do anything right now. Realizing that I should have sacrificed a priest to the that's funny. Because then they don't have any like problems about getting into the red zone with it. We got a 9 here. Yeah, I think that's okay. We don't have anything to do in our hand. I guess to tear up something valuable with the Fiend Artisan this time. They're not great attacking with. Well, now we go get like a 1. We can play this still. I think that's not the worst idea. At least blocks pretty well. Get the hunted witness because that'll make some lifelink creature. Play this. So if we get to activate the priest, we are then at a position where we can start looking to cast around the ancestors. For the minute, is their only drain effect is this. It's already in our graveyard, which isn't where we want it. Depending on how, like, whether they have Adeline, whether they have Brave the Elements, we might get some time. I'm gonna declare some attacks. Where am I on the priest? I think we need the priest. Fortunately. Here we go to 5, I think that's okay. Yeah, they have a lot of mana. I'd feel like they're super flooded, except for they have a Mutavault and a Shepherd Dunes, and they've not activated them. Another Brutal. Now they go for the priest. I go for Fiend Artisan. Okay. What do we see? Suddenly I see. An extra 1. So we're looking at 3 for 5 for Rally. That actually works. I don't know if we're killing them, but maybe just gonna try and mess with what they're doing. I'm so done. No. What? I have to. I'm getting mixed up in my maths. I'm counting the Thalia twice. Alright, okay. We're good. So, we want to let them declare attacks, block, and then sack things. Then rally back some things. Then we want to set stuff on our upkeep so I don't get. I'm not sure why, but even if you have like abilities to activate, it doesn't hold. It doesn't like give you timing for them. Yeah. So then, well, if you rally now, let's do. No, because we still need to. Oh, like such a potato. Um. Yeah, no. What I'm suggesting. Oh. Let's do this. I want to trade these. I want another sacrifice. I think I want another sacrifice. Do this. Blocks. That way, we don't want to sacrifice this one because it's the one without priest as well. Got 4 damage taken currently. Attacking Thalia. Okay. Me being careful about when damage empty. Oh, actually, 3. No, I'm stupid. Ugh. Oh, those all flip back. 15. Jeez. Rough day. Rough day. Yeah, I messed up trying to remember when the mana actually empties. I thought there was a point still in combat, but after the priestess died working rally. Upside, none of these creatures are white. I still need to set stuff on upkeep. Some things still getting kind of worked on. Yeah. I want to do something along the lines of then Cambish is the meter bot, because the other side of first rate damage. Alright. Oh, this has been a little sloppy. Oh, there it comes. So, upkeep trigger. I activate this. Submit. So these two are also dying. Do we want to sacrifice them up? Hmm. This is going. It's likely do I want to sacrifice? They're going to. 1, 2, 3. I think we do. Try before we draw. Alright, we like that. Moving time impact. Uh, we just have. Let's count it. No test is gonna gain life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Oh, this has been sloppy. Do forgive me, please. keep it up. Alright, alright. That was more than it had to be. Okay, here. They do play Rip, but I really hate boarding in Fracture. We're going to bring these Fateful Absences in. None of the rest of these cards are very good. I don't think we have a good answer if they bring in Rest in Peace. And we can't really win versus this deck without it. I think I'm going to bring Fractures in. Miserable. On the backside of that, some things are a little slow. I think the players have brought out these Stitch players. So we're a little less weak to it, but we're still pretty weak. Having a number of one-drop creatures to kind of either block or sacrifice the priest is good, though. I'm still of the opinion Fiend Artisan is pretty slow here. And so I'm going to do... cutting it up, let's just on the off chance it clogs our hand up. Another 2 copies. I was pretty content playing just 8 effects, but it's not quite as good as the others. But still, is having the 9th one around and 10th we're playing in the main deck is wrong. There are some other options as well. Like I had a Yahanni floating in here, just to give another sacrifice outlet for a bit, but it is just a lot. It is a lot worse. We don't have like Nantuko Husk, unfortunately. It doesn't look like it's not pretty, but it's a hand we'll keep. Ooh. So if they have a Brutal Cathar, this priest will be, well, I mean, they'll eat it, okay, but if not, then it might be pretty golden here. If they want to attack into it, I will absolutely offer the trade. 100% snap it off. Please. Alright, so already we kind of got the wall. From their perspective, they want to hit like Thales, Lieutenant, or whatever. So in fact, the Aghanim Awakening maybe changes things even more. A quick mana count. Oh, they're playing off of 1 land. That's tough. Make the cat. Make the cutthroat. Gonna add some. Kind of incentivize to start shredding away. We had to play the supplier off of the priest. Aghanim's Awakening, obviously you get to keep the creatures, whereas Riding to go on upkeep. Alright. The land, that's fine. We'll play the Stitch Supplier out. Alright. The Rally. That does catch a 2-drop, which kind of makes us live for this Aghanim's Awakening next turn. And then once we get the second priest active, it's pretty lights out. Yeah, they don't want to play anymore. Alright, alright. I guess I'll see you in match number 3. Yeah, aggro's dangerous. Like, if you draw the 1-drops, then and you have 12 of them, then you're pretty solid. Alright, alright. Match number 3. This is probably the last one, I think. Be on the play again. Actually, absolutely winning these dice rolls. Ooh. I think that... I need to be careful not to keep these hands. I'm very liable to do it, and with like the modern mulligan rules, it's just not necessary. Bomb the Fiend Hunter, the Fiend Artisan. We could bomb land, but I think that's more dangerous. We already have a rally, so we're gonna want to get to like 4. Yeah, and blind the priest is fingers crossed good. It's nuts versus so many decks. Having good ways to activate it. How do you play the swamp? Godless Shrine tapped. Maybe Greasefang. Oh, Abzan Angels. Interesting. Okay, so we got So the thing about this is that we kind of have to play through it a bit. Which I mean, like, you just have to try and nuke their angels as they come up off the board. They come up. I'm gonna hold my land drop. As can. Like, apart from Collector Company, you can just kind of try and grind through the angels like this. Perfect. Alright. Nice. We've already got a couple into the graveyard. That's fine. They take the priest. Rather go in the graveyard. On the bottom. Maybe go for an early rally. Well, we've got the Woe Strider to put the card straight back into the graveyard again. It makes sense. It's on curve as well, and if we draw another land, then we can Aghanim some stuff back. Don't think I threaten the attack here. There you go. And then we kind of want to hope they don't have a Collector Company. Gonna set this up, keep here, because stop here. Alright, Selfless Slave is a good thing to sacrifice away. Oh, another Apparition's rough. Makes this plan significantly worse. But still, I think, worth it. Not as good. For sure. If we can get an extra creature out of there, that's great. Take that. They sack themselves with Savior, but that's totally fine. Well, they save it. I guess, actually, yeah, you protect the situation with a thing under it. That does make sense. Downside of having to do this on upkeep is that we can't use the mana off of Priests for Aghanim's Awakening, but it is going to disappear. Go get exiled. Interesting, they keep the Spectral Saber around. Alright. Goes away into exile, we get to draw. Lose our mana. Seems fine. Or go in for one with our lifelink attack here. We've got something powerful in hand. Maybe like a Resolute for the 3 mana 2/4 Angel that gains them a ton of life. Fire first, just to see. We're not playing Can't Stay Away. It's an option that you could maybe look to include, but I think we've already got between Aghanim's Awakening and Rally, we're pretty good. Alright, there's a Coco. See what they hit. They're on 14. You could also try and play like a Coco version of this deck. There are some alright green cards. The problem really is that you're incentivized to play the mana creatures to like accelerate out early, but they don't. Do you want like a good number of these? Like just when things die effects. This is terrifying. Yeah. It just die here. This is gonna gain a ton of life. I would like to stop them gaining as much. I don't need to Fiend Eyes and back some stuff. Obviously have like okay blocks here. Okay, alright. Not prepared to risk it. You take that damage. Fine. Another Valkyrie is 5, and they have an attacking effect to trigger the Resplendent Angel. They're gonna land on like 30 life here. That's not what I wanted to see. Disgusting. Yeah, I think we just die here. Still unfortunate. Needs to draw slightly better. But Jimmy, I think we played alright. We need to hit another land or another do something card. Whether that be Woe Strider or Priest of Forgotten Gods or Fiend Artisan. I do like the Fiend Artisan antics. You do have a little bit of time. Again, the graveyard stuff starts to get worse. Kind of forced to bring these fractures in. But I'm not super enthused by any of these other cards. Fateful Absence is a potential. I'm not loving it. Let's think about it. I'm always still on this like, hey, versus white decks, the graveyard stuff gets worse after game one. This supply is the worst of the one drops and not the one replacing itself. Like versus, not like we're playing against aggro, we need to have a one drop on one, but we do want to power out the priests. As in consideration, I'm still kind of on this. We can cut any list for free in every matchup almost. This is one where I like the Fiend Artisans just because they give you an out to win the games where they get to do their thing. We can't rely on just stopping Angel deck every game. I'll roll this up. Alright. Have Priest. Woe Strider lets us activate it on curve at least. I'll play the Courtyard. Yeah, mana-wise, you want double black for Fiend Artisan, but you need a black for Rally, and that's basically the only two considerations. The only other thing is that because you have like 12 1-drops, you want to be able to have as many lands that can tap for both colors as possible. Yeah, because we have the Fiend Artisan to play off this as well, we're just kind of gonna roll it in now. We're putting the Voice Rider in the graveyard, but I think that is going to be alright. That is a lot of lands, though. Oh. Okay, Priest goes. Alright. So got a new Priest. Now the Fiend Artisan looks kind of mid. Yeah, I don't get the Priest. I don't actually get the Priest. So I get the Sky Apparition. I make this attack to get Sky Apparition out of the way. And then we still get a token that we can sacrifice to this Priest. Alright. For a few cards out of graveyard. Oh, pain. Alright, well, if they don't have a Rest in Peace, we should be able to bring back a Waste Rider next. But now we're kind of in the company's. Alright. Oh, the book. You can play Book of Exalted Deeds along with Mutavault and kind of give a land this you can't lose the game, your opponents can't win the game ability, which we don't really have a good way to deal with. We've not seen a Mutavault out of them, obviously they're playing. I don't actually remember if we've seen any black cards. But yeah. Well, we have reasons to leave these in our graveyard if we have always tried to play. It's not like one provides a significantly better threat than the other. Alright, they'll let them both. These aren't just the Fiend Artisan, and the Voice Rider is a bigger threat. Alright. Okay. Gonna set a stop here, so I remember. Um, I'll sack the supplier. Try a bit here. Are we seeing Agademes? This is okay, given we have a Wish Rider in our hand. Like, at least we're not getting Angeled yet. But hey. Maybe essentially only when a creature you can drop gets targeted. Maybe they think we're going to board into more spot removal. Just the wrong way to do this. Oh, dear. Alright, need to untilt a little. No problem, no problem. So now we have a Valkyrie. We have a follow-up. Not yet. Let's try a little. Try and find us a good card to play. That represents a couple of damage. But I think we can do better. Yeah, we don't have good attacks anymore. Grind them out with single. This TT also doesn't really have text. So the put Cutthroat is more like it. And keeping card in hand. Probably gonna sack the 2/2 to scry. Oh. Pain. Alright. We can't do anything about it. Maybe a 12, they're gonna gain some more life. Resolute Angel's gonna attack. Right, Resolute Angel. Righteous Valkyrie. Um East? Kinda too late. Next time I can activate Valkyrie. The what? Oh no. Fortress doesn't count itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thereabouts. We're a little way off. We need a Rally and Agademes. This might seal it. Oh, those effects are multiply. It's in case we just slowly dying in the air in the meantime. We just get a couple of scries off the cat. What's those effects? They're not like activating life like our Resplendent Angel, but they are gaining life. Alright, bites the cat. Cat saying. Not as we need like actual, I think. Not undoable. To be fair, I've not done the exact math. 3, 6, 9. I'm gonna play this land because he might be off the horizon. I'm not sure. Yeah. We're not quite dead in the air. Oh. Well. I've never seen that Renee up before. That is 14. Get the math again. Yep. That would look silly. Oh. Okay. Does that change anything? Who cards in a graveyard? Oh, hang on. This is tough. I think we need to play this. You need this with 5? Or 15? I feel like sack Voice Rider, get Voice Rider. Is there another thing? Not gonna lie, not another mess. I don't think we can get that either. We don't. We need something to cover more at once. Alright. 2 and 1. Have a quick think. Was there a line we can get there at the end? I was trying to work out if we could, like, sacrifice the Voice Rider, get like a Garrison Cat, play the Voice Rider from the graveyards. That's less mana efficient. We need one more point. If that Elcas was one of the other, was a one of the other effects, one of the other drain effects, that's GG's. But unfortunately, it does not count itself. Alright, well, thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, please do like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if you've got any decks you want to see. Rally's really super fun. Definitely try it out. And yeah, catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.